Have you ever noticed that one of the most important parts of the Portuguese flag, it's the cross? And that cross itself, mysteriously, is connected to the Templars cross. So today I decided to go out, just step on the side and see from a different perspective what is about the Templars, Portugal and Camino de Santiago, and this beautiful castle that holds a lot of history and mysteries. Welcome to Almourol. I woke up in Golega, the town where everything is about horses. Street signs, traditions, even the cafes smell like stables. Here, horses aren't hobbies, they're heritage. And I couldn't help but wonder, is Portugal itself the same? A present that still gallops with the echoes of 12th and 13th century. Let me throw a question. When you travel, are you kind of the person who sticks to the plan, or do you let curiosity lead you out of the path? Write it in the comments. I would love to hear how you walk your own journey. However, that morning I had a simpler concerns. My ankle. Still swollen, still red, but lighter, better than yesterday, and enough to try. So I packed my bag. 20 more days to Santiago still lay ahead, and I didn't want to force it. Sometimes the Camino isn't about walking stronger, it's about walking wiser. And with the first rays of light, I was on my way again. The dirt road stretched out, fields waving under the dawn. Portugal, stage by stage, was revealing itself not as obvious, but as mysterious. Every corner seemed to hide a secret, and I began to realize this Camino is less about distance, and it's more about discovery. In Vilanova de Barquinha, I stopped for a bica, a strong Portuguese coffee, black as midnight. The menu? Snails. Not the best breakfast option. But that's the Camino. You eat what locals eat. You borrow their lives for a moment. And that's when I've noticed it. A small museum, almost hidden in the village, dedicated to the Templars. Maybe it was a cafe, or maybe it was a destiny, but curiosity pulled me in. Inside, I've discovered something I thought I already knew. The Knights Templar weren't just guardians of pilgrims on the Camino, they were architects of Portugal itself. When the Pope ordered their annihilation, because they were too powerful and too dangerous, they vanished across Europe. But not here. In Portugal they found refuge. They simply changed the name and continued their work hand in hand with the monarchy. Some say it was thanks to their knowledge, navigation, astronomy, mathematics, that Portugal later discovered the words. But for me, the revelation was simpler. Just outside the Camino, beyond what most pilgrims see, there's a hidden treasure still whispering their power. A castle, Almourol, only 10 minutes away by train. And something inside me shouted, "Go." You see, no one said it's going to be easy to arrive here. And that's exactly what it is. But sometimes the secrets are to be discovered the hard way. Otherwise, what would be the point of secrets, right? First of all, you have to pass those little tiny sidewalks which leads you on the bank of the river Tagus, and then in between the thorns and the spikes of the plants you can finally get here to admire what stands here since generations. The Castle of Almourol. Almourol rises from the Tagus River like a dream. A small rocky island crowded with walls that seem too perfect, too cinematic to be real. But it is real. And for centuries it stood as a symbol, not just of war, but of faith. The island itself is barely 300 meters long, but the fortress dominates it. 11 towers ring the walls. The central keep climbing to nearly 18 meters, about 6 stories high. From the outside, it looks impregnable, surrounded by all sides by the slow green waters of the Tagus. You would have needed a boat just to reach its gates. Imagine the impression of the pilgrims walking past the riverbank, a castle that seemed to float, half real, half legend. And inside, the scale shifts. Almourol was never a city, never a palace. It could hold perhaps 20 or 30 knights and the squires and servants who kept the place alive. Enough to be a garrison, a signal spot, a reminder that the Templars watched this valley. And what a valley! From the walls you could see for miles, the river curling away, the plains stretching in all directions. In medieval times this wasn't just a view, it was intelligence, a way to know who was coming and from how far. The Templars built a castle with values etched in stone. Almourol is no exception. Strength. Its compact plan, its riverside position, made the fortress not meant to conquer, but to endure. Discipline. The geometry is simple, almost austere. No wasted ornaments, every stone serving purpose. Their rule demanded simplicity, and their walls embodied it. Vision. From the keep, the horizon unfolds in every direction. To watch the river was to control movement, to guard pilgrims and marchants alike. And yet, the most striking value here is mystery. Almourol isn't vast like Tomar, isn't decorated like Bataya. It's real, it's raw, and yet standing here, you feel the pulse of legend. Some say it was built on Roman foundation. Others whisper a secret passage is connected to the mainland. And if you come at sunset, locals will tell you the castle glows, as if its stone themselves remembered. As I wandered Almourol stones, I realized something. Curiosity had led me here. A step of the Camino, a detour from the map, a whisper I choose to follow. And isn't that what pilgrimage is about? Not clinging to the line on the guidebook, but trusting your inner compass. Sometimes the greatest discovery happens when you stray from the path. And curiosity is not a distraction. For me, it's a guide, the kind that doesn't just lead you to castles, but to the new ways of seeing, to the new ways of living my Camino. And this was only the beginning, because if Almourol was a whisper of the Templars, then in the next episode we arrive to their throne, the headquarters, Tomar, where the Templars didn't just survive history, they shaped it. So if you want to keep walking with me, please subscribe and press notification bell, because the Camino is just starting to reveal its secrets. Buen Camino. Planning to walk Camino de Santiago but worried you're missing something? Are you in a crossroads in life seeking clarity or a fresh start? What if you could capture every moment of the transformation along the way? I've walked more than 10,000 kilometers around the world, and in my preparation packing list there is one thing I never leave behind. This journal, The Journey Within. Every Camino has taught me valuable lessons about life's twists and changes. The Journey Within isn't just another journal. It asks the right questions just at the right time, guiding you through the tough parts of the Camino and helping you to see what really matters. And it's not just my opinion. Thousands of fellow pilgrims have experienced its magic, as reflected in their brilliant reviews. Camino is a one-in-a-lifetime experience. Make the most of every moment and get the journal now.